Hey, it's Coach with Tactical Hyve, and today I want to talk to you about how to grip a handgun. There's a lot of different ways to do this. This is the way I teach it, and I've had really good results over the years. Okay, so when we start with grip, okay, first thing, show clear, we're all good, right? First thing you want is finger placement is critical because everybody's hand is going to be a different size. And if you're working with the same gun, like we use either SIGs or Glocks, depending on what year it was at work. So if you take your finger and you've got a crease right here, and then here's the tip. If you drew a line halfway down your finger, you want the trigger to interface with your trigger finger somewhere on the inside of that, somewhere between the crease and that line in the middle of that first digit, okay? Not on the tip, because the tip, there's too much variation there. You can push or pull. There's not enough finger on the trigger. So what I have my guys do is find that first. Find that perfect spot and go, okay, yeah, that's right there. That's good for me. And then you want to wrap your hand around and get that good high grip. The web of your thumb is way up high under that beaver tail, but you want a little bit of a gap right in here. Okay, if you don't have this gap, as you squeeze that trigger, you can press on the frame, which will drive, if you're a right-handed shooter, will drive it left. Okay? So once you've got that, you found your perfect grip, what I have guys do is now grind in this spot right here. You can sit there and grind and make a sore spot, okay? So now, once I've established that, when I go to draw, I'm gonna touch and I'm gonna drive, but I'm driving to that spot that I just ground in there, okay? So I get that good firing grip or master grip, whatever you wanna call it, touch, drive, you're driving to this. That's a known point at that point. And then you can draw. And now, without putting my finger on the trigger, I know I have the proper grip. Okay, so we'll start the grip there, and then if you're gonna just shoot one-handed, because sometimes this hand is busy, so I'm touch, drive, and bring it up, and I can punch out and shoot. Okay, so that's the initial grip there for a single hand. Now to go with two hands, so your second hand, once you get up here, you've drawn to the top here. Now what we'll do is we'll build this perfect grip here. So you can drive your index finger up high and push it into the trigger guard. And then you clamshell this back so there's no gaps back here. Okay? There's no gap between these two hands and they fit together kind of like puzzle pieces. You'll also notice that the base of my thumb to the tip of my thumb is in a straight line. It also lines up with the barrel. So if I'm just pointing my thumb, I can pretty much point it at short range. I don't even have to use the sights. Of course, if I want to use the sights, because most of the time I want to use the sights, I'll know right where they are. But if this grip changes every time you present, you now have to look for that front sight. If you build it the same way each time, you won't have to look for it. You'll know right where it is. So once we've got that perfect grip and everything's nice and solid, then you're gonna take and you're gonna grind in here. Okay, you're gonna press in and go, okay, that's where that, okay, put a little crease in there, right? So now at the top of my draw, I'm gonna come from here, I'm just gonna shoot this hand out. I'm gonna put that spot right on the trigger guard. And then as I press out, I'm adding pressure to the trigger and building my grip. And as I get to full extension, I could press the shot off or not, okay? But I'm gonna have like maybe a couple of ounces left on that trigger. So I could make the shot if I had to, or I can make that decision as the situation dictates, right? Okay, so from the top here, we're gonna shoot out, touch, drive, bang, okay? I'll face this direction. Okay, so I'm gonna touch, drive to that first known point right here and get that good firing grip. I'm gonna drag the gun straight up in front of my face. It can be canted just a little bit like this, okay? And then this hand here is gonna shoot out, marry up that second known point, finger on the trigger, I'm adding pressure all out, bang, okay? And that's how we teach the grip. We go from known point to known point. So grind that sore spot into here and here, all right? And that'll give you known points to deal with as you go through this. When you train, train slow. Be robotic if you have to, and then as you get more reps in, those edges will start to smooth off. Okay? Give that technique a try. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments.